Dear Adeline, there's so much I wish I could tell you before you enter this wondrous, messy thing we call life. Life is so hard to define. It's complicated. It won't always be easy. In fact, most of the time, it's going to seem pretty unfair. It's so important to remember that it is the lows that make the highs so sweet. You are definitely my highest of highs, sweet girl, but you are my prize for enduring my lowest of lows. I swear the world stopped turning the moment I found out I'd be having a baby. I panicked, and that's putting it gently. It seemed as though this couldn't have happened at a worse time. I didn't have the normal, expectant mother reaction. However, my life was anything but normal at the time. That year had been extremely unkind to me. I suffered mentally and emotionally in more ways than I thought even existed, ways I hope that you never ever will. So at first, I didn't accept you as being the good news that you are, but I was so wrong. When my world seemed to be crumbling into pieces and simply falling at my feet, God sent me two things, your dad and you. Now this is important. I had been praying to grow from the dark place I was in, but in order for that to happen, God had to make it start raining. In order to see any growth or any change, I had to weather a storm first. God always provides, but it is on His terms and in His timing. At times, this is extremely hard to swallow, but be patient and fully trust in Him. He has a plan for you, and it is so beyond perfect. After all, His for me was giving me you. He knew my heart needed you long before I did. Once I accepted this, I became the strongest woman I've ever been. Your dad, of course, helped put my pieces back together as I struggled. It is empowering to be an independent female in this world, but it is not weak to need help sometimes. At that time, I needed your dad more than anybody. I couldn't say enough kind words about him. He is so proud to be your dad, and has been since the moment he found out you existed. The only time I've ever seen him smile any bigger is when we found out we were having a little girl. A little girl we would raise together into a strong woman. Being a girl, well, it's pretty tough. A girl is expected to be the softest yet strongest being on earth. Our feelings are easily hurt and our insecurities often played upon. In these instances, do not let your softness, your confidence, and your strength be shaken. Be like a wildflower, strong enough to rise after being stepped on, fierce enough to weather any storm, and fully capable of flourishing in the most broken of places. Don't you ever let anyone use the fact that you are a woman as a weakness. It is always a strength. You can feel intelligent, attractive, unstoppable, confident in one moment, and in the next feel weak and fragile. Whatever you feel it big and feel it unapologetically. People who aren't okay with your big emotions and heart are insecure in the little way that they are living their own lives. I am so grateful to be your mom and to be able to raise you and teach you these things alongside your dad. He accepted the way in which I am a strong woman and all the complexities that come with that. And one day you will find that same kind of love. Until you do, keep looking. Don't settle and know your worth. Everything I now am, I owe to you, Addie. I found your dad first, then you, and now my purpose. You made me a mother for the first time, a friend, a coach, a voice of reason, a storyteller, a supporter, a hand holder, a good night kiss, a confident, God-fearing woman, and so much more. I may not always have it together, but together we'll have it all. I promise even on days I am a hot mess, I am doing my best to be a mother that you're proud to have. You are the light of your dad and I's lives, Adeline Elaine Ray, and don't ever let anyone take that shine away. We haven't even met you, and we are your biggest fans. So I just want you to know, you have been worth every single heartache I've ever had to feel. I'd do it all over again in a heartbeat just to hear yours for the first time again. Sometimes we get exactly what we thought we wanted, and sometimes life gives us so much more. You are my good mornings and good nights, all my future rainy days and sunshine. You are my today and my tomorrows. You have become my whole universe. You are my fairy tale, once upon a time and happily ever after, all wrapped into one. In my last story, I became my own hero, and now how exciting is it, I get to write a new one with my daughter. I can already tell it's going to be my favorite story yet. So dream big, sweet pea, our adventures are just beginning. Love you to the moon, forever and a day, always, Mom.